How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and welcome back to our playthrough of Fall from Heaven 2, the high fantasy mod for Civilization. Today we are going to be continuing the Valimar campaign and our playthrough of the Black Tower scenario. Okay, so the first thing that I need to take care of here is with these 3 galleys. Apparently, we finished successfully raiding that one ship, that sunken ship right here off our borders. But I know there's at least one more somewhere around this other area. Okay, here we have one right down here. But I'm not sure we can get to it. Yeah, see? With the galleys, we simply don't have the ability to access that. Because, like, we can't go through ocean if we don't own the ocean tile. So, like, the only way we could ever get our galleys over there is if we first founded a city here. The borders of that city expanded to meet the borders of my capital. And then we founded another city, probably right here, and then that city's borders expanded to touch the borders of the city that I found. It's too complicated, believe me. That's not worth the effort just to get 3 galleys over there. So apparently our galleys are pretty much locked to this island at this point, which is kind of interesting, and I'm glad I realized that this early on, because it means I'll have to build different ships to actually transport my army instead of the galleys. Now the galleys have like a lot of space. I think normally they have about 3 space, something like that. So yeah, that does present a bit of an issue, doesn't it? We're gonna have to figure out a creative way around that. We're going to need ships that can actually transport units across the ocean, not just across coastal tiles. So in terms of our worker here, I'm just going to build a lumber mill. A log mill. What am I talking about? And then we also have a scout available here. I'll have to bring my galleon back that I started with. I've constructed a monument here, so that's a good start. Do we need a courthouse at this time? Because maintenance might be... I mean, maintenance costs are rising a little bit. And we do plan on building more cities. So, like, when you think about which buildings are the vital ones, right? We go over which buildings are the most important ones to build. If you have to build buildings, you have like the granary, the courthouse, the barracks, and the library. Those are like the 4 crucial buildings, or the 4 most important buildings in Civilization 4. I think we're actually going to go with the library then, because we are making 8 research per turn. But like, you know, that small little mental shortcut there will help you. Another thing we could build is a workboat. Let me see here. Yeah, because the library will take 20 turns. If we build a workboat here, we'll have a workboat available to actually build our pirate coves after the borders expand, right? Instead of waiting for 20 turns for the library to complete. Ooh, I am one of the wealthiest civilizations in the world. It's good to know. We are losing a bit of gold, though, at this point. Okay, so all of the tiles for that city have been improved. How about this one? Oh yeah, we could definitely use some mines over here. Let's go ahead and build that. We don't really need a farm for around this city because, like, we have plenty of ocean tiles. So I'm gonna go ahead and build a hamlet there. I was waiting for the borders of the city to expand before I actually built my pirate cove, because I can build one here, and then I think I can build like one up here, because I can place them every 2 tiles. So one there and one here, I think. Well, it might be possible to build one here. And in here? No. We need to wait for the borders to expand for sure. Otherwise, we won't be able to place them. Fair enough. So many of my cities are unhappy at this point. Okay, we've got another settler here. There are a few locations that are tempting to build on. One is up here. One is right there. And then the other is just simply on this island over here. I'm not sure. The thing is, I really don't see the enemy attacking me over the water, so like, I'm not too concerned about that. So the downside to like this tile is that all the land around it is really, really garbage, unfortunately. For those wondering why I'm using so many cities, right? You might be wondering, like, if the land is so garbage, why do you want to build cities by it? It's because I don't have the ability to build very tall for this one. I don't have the happiness resources to support a population that can go tall. So I'm planning on going wide instead. and that is like civilization jargon that describes what kind of empire you build. You know, you have like the endless city sprawl, ECS, which basically means you just spam out as many cities as will fit on a single area. And in Civilization 4, that's very possible to do. Civilization 3, you know, you had the diminishing returns aspect of it because, you know, the corruption started growing at such high levels once you reached a certain number of cities that they became almost unproductive. I could go ahead and upgrade all these to caravels, and then those could explore rival territory. It's an interesting idea. How long would it take me to normally build a caravel? 2 turns versus a galley, which is 1 turn. See, when I built the galleys, I did not have access to caravels. That's the only reason I didn't build them, if I recall correctly. Wait, what? Why did that go? Oh, I built a road there first. Okay. Excellent. Well, we have the galley in back. How much unit space does it have? 2. That is enough to fit both of these scouts into its cargo. And now we can go ahead and start exploring stuff again. Very good. We have another worker over here. Let's build a mine up on top of that mountain. I'm trying to settler in my capital, of course. Do we want to continue working on mages? I wonder. I should do a courthouse. Well, here's a library. Ooh, provides free mage guild for every city. That could be tempting because we are trying to go very, very big on the mages, aren't we? That was the idea for this playthrough, is to focus on magic especially. Is there anything that gives us happiness right now? Pagan Temple only gives us +1 from incense. We don't have incense. A dungeon. Maybe I should research a technology that actually can give me some more happiness buildings here. Huron Throne. Like, I don't want to focus on wonders. I want to focus on military units. What should I... Like, I can't build many military units. Maybe I should focus on things like archery range and the command post. I think I already have the command post built. And as you notice, like, I don't have the resources to build good units. Wow, really? Yeah. It is a bit of a sucky situation. Maybe I'm going to build another mage then. Because the sooner we build an adept, the sooner we build these adepts, the sooner we can upgrade them to mages and have them be actually useful for us. So down here, once we complete the research of sorcery, in 21 turns we'll have access to the mages, which can actually do some cool stuff, right? Like, we're looking at maelstroms. If we take a look, is it promotions? Yeah. So Air 2, which we need a mage to get, gives us access to the maelstrom. And then we're, at the moment anyway, I'm looking at Air 2 and Death 2. Here's D, Death 2. Death 2 allows us to summon specters. Specters have affinity for death mana. They start with strength 3. Yeah, I mean, I've looked over the different magics and I decided to go air and death, because for air you get the ability to deal collateralized damage, and at level 2 for the spells, and death you get the ability to summon very good units that can pillage and attack at summon level, or at level 2 of level summoner, which is the mage. So like level 1 summoner is the adept, level 2 is the mage, and then level 3 is the archmage. It's quite possible to get to level 2. Level 3 is a lot more tricky though and can take a long time, so that's why I focus on level 2 spells. Level 1 spells are okay-ish, but you know, adepts are using them. And the problem with level 3 spells, especially in addition to them being very rare, is the fact that your civilization is limited as to the number of archmages they can actually control at one time. Okay, so I did a Hippus city. All my other cities, I have one Hippus, all my other cities are Lanin. Let's do a Banor city here for a change. There we go. And what tiles is this working? Yeah, those are not like very good tiles, but I suppose I can build workshops in some of them, so the city will actually be a little bit productive. And I can see this monument is taking forever to complete. Let's focus on production here instead. That we can actually get those borders expanded in a reasonable amount of time. So there we go with the monument. And as soon as this lighthouse is done, we need to... Yeah, I do... These cities are not very well protected. I'm going to admit it flat out here. These cities need better units in them. Hopefully, yeah, at least 2 archers, look. The wire thing up here, that's a joke. That's like noob level stuff. I need 2 archers in every city. So after I finish this adept in my capital, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build the archery range in my capital so that way I can actually start cranking out more archers. Because the city up here is just not productive enough to make archers in any sufficient number. And I have 2 unimproved sources of mana left. Do I have air mana yet? Yeah, I do. And I'm pretty sure I only need 1 of those. Because if we look at the promotions that I'm interested in for Air 2, Maelstrom does not get any damage with additional resources of the air mana. So there's no point in building well, I suppose level 3 gives us access to Air Elemental. And Air Elemental does have 1 affinity for air mana, but I'd rather focus on death mana, honestly. There is another mana called Meta Magic that I'm actually really psyched to try out, but once again, we need to actually research sorcery first. So at the moment, I'm not building any improved nodes, but I think the next one we would go for would be death and then Meta Magic. So maybe we could fit Meta Magic from this tile. Yeah, so that's the plan at the moment. We'll see how it goes. Who knows, this could completely go wrong. Yeah, as you can see now, we can promote for Raise Skeleton for Death 1. Our adept there. And we got a workboat built here. We should have, yeah, culture. The borders are expanding in 1 turn for this city, which means I'm going to build another workboat there so we can build our pirate coast. It's really interesting that barbarians have not spawned on these tiles. If you look at the tile, it has ruins on it. Usually you have lizardmen spawning on those locations, which make it impossible. Well, not impossible, but you got to fight them before you're actually able to access the tile. And in this case, we most certainly don't have that as a problem. Okay, so I said archery range. Here we go, archery range, 3 turns. Workboat, we want to build another one for that, and end turn. Okay, so we completed a mine on top of this mountain. This hill, I suppose it is. Let's build a lumber mill here. Like, we're going... One thing I emphasize usually over other types of improvements is production, especially now that we're the Lonin. We have access to sea tiles. We can just make a ton of gold off of the pirate coves. There's not a whole lot of reason to focus on something else. A lot of AI civilizations focus on other things like food and commerce, and usually it's to their detriment. Like, if you take a look at their scores here, you look at gold. Well, gold, I'm going to be leader in, obviously, from the beginning, but if you look at production, like, I'm just blowing everybody out of the water in terms of production, and this is a very common occurrence from, human-led civilizations. It's just the AI cannot scale in terms of productivity. They do not do very well at all. I'm just like, look at this. I'm so far above everybody else. Like, they can be really high in power and whatnot. I think they are. This is Falmar. Too bad everybody's like purple. Which of these 2 purples here is me? But like, regardless, I think I'm the one down here because I haven't been building units. So I'm probably this one. Like, I really suck in terms of power, but like, I blow everybody else out of the water in terms of productivity. Okay, let's try exploring this dungeon. A powerful enemy has arisen to defend the lair. Yeah, that's pretty powerful. Let's explore it again, though. You find a prisoner trapped within the lair. A zealot agrees to join you if you release him. I guess we gained a zealot for octopus overlords. That was not... I don't know. I guess it was a fair exchange. I hope they can't attack my ship. Maybe I should move that ship 1 tile. They can only kill 1 of my units, I think. No, they can actually kill both of them. Oh well. I guess we have to go ahead and build more scouts, which of course is pretty cheap to do. So the big question is, how do we optimize our placement of the pirate coves here? Probably the first one should be built on this tile. This is coast, so it's not ocean. We're not going to be losing out on 1 food. I think it's 1 food, or is it 1 commerce? When you move from ocean, it's 2 bread, 1 commerce. Okay, you lose out on 1 commerce if you build on ocean, but this happens to be coast. So there we go, pirate cove. We should be able to build like another one here. No, here. One will fit. And then we could also fit like maybe 2 around this city as well. I'm not sure. Because at this rate, can I build a fort? I wanted to build a pirate cove in here. One will fit in here. Like how come I built a mine there instead of a fort? Because I thought you can sail units through canals that you create out of one fort. Yeah, okay, we lost both scouts. So, rip that. Hopefully they go ahead. And they manage to harass my enemies now because they're no longer in my territory. Heh. So I'm actually causing them more damage than I'm causing myself at this point. 2 scouts are a rather cheap price to pay for such an excellent enemy to have arisen. So as soon as we finish the lumber mill... Oh wait, I'm going to finish this road. When I finish that lumber mill up there, I'm going to try building a fort. I'm not sure if I can build forts yet. That might be part of the problem. We constructed an archery range and here in my capital, and now we're going to start working on those archers. I know scouts are a thing that we need to take a look at, but other cities can build scouts. Okay. And you got another workboat here. And the nearest... Oh, we can't even build up here. Okay. What? We should be able to build up there, though. Can I only build these on the coast? I should be able to build here. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let me try again. Maybe pirate coves are actually limited to coast, and I just didn't notice. It'd probably be an improvement. We have here Pirate Cove. Can only be built in water, becomes a pirate harbor in 10 turns, acts as a city for combat purposes, commerce +2. It does not say it's limited to coastal tiles. Oh, so maybe it's 3 between each? No, see, like, look, right here, two tiles in between these two. Here, basically. Why can't I do that for this? That would be like 2 tiles right there. Oh, I don't get it. I don't understand why this doesn't work. Is there another pirate cove that I'm not seeing here? No, because it's like 2 tiles away from this one as well. That should be the perfect space. Huh. I'm not sure what I'm overlooking. Let's work on a scout in that city and a scout in the city. Get a couple more of those scouts rebuilt. Yeah, I can't build a pirate cove here. But I can build one here. So apparently you can't build them in ocean tiles, right? There's no reason why, if I can build a pirate cove here, I couldn't build one up here. And the only difference is that's ocean. So even though it doesn't say it, apparently you can only build pirate coves on the coast. Which, okay, it's fair enough. I just didn't realize that was the situation, and it doesn't say that in the wiki. The Civilopedia. Is it called the Civilopedia? Yeah. It's like the wiki before game wikis were really a thing, isn't it? Okay, our new city here that's completely undefended. I'm going to start improving the tiles for it. We can't build a workshop yet, which is quite unfortunate, actually, because workshops would be better. What technology do I need for workshops? Because, you know, we have so much food. We're not going to miss out on the food that building a workshop takes away. Oh, construction right here, which isn't that bad. 5 turns. Maybe we will research construction before we research the technology that we need for mages, which would be called sorcery. But right now we're working on orders from heaven, which will give us the access to the order religion. So I might just hold off on building anything there for a couple turns. Not sure. What about this city? Because we could build workshops all around here and still have enough food to support the city, rather than building hamlets. I suppose building hamlets is better than nothing until we get the workshops, right? So we're going to do that for now, but I tend to tear them down later. And then we also have this Octopus Overlord's Acolyte, for what it's worth. Now let's get this archer in that city over there. I should probably have waited until I had the city garrison promotion available to actually promote it up, but whatever. Where are the archers? There we go. 1 more archers. in the off chance that we get raided. Ooh, I could actually do the great work instead of founding octopus overlords. The great work. Oh, wow, we were really losing a lot of gold now. Okay, let's turn that down a little bit. Never mind, turn it back up. I want to finish Orders of Heaven this turn. So we got a lumber mill built there. It should be okay. Yeah, we can also work this tile. So another lumber mill is in order. First scout is done. Let's build another one. Finished black one here. Let's work on the archer. Yeah, I have so many unhappy cities at this point. How is our commerce doing? Like, how much of it is from civic upkeep? It's up to 14 now, which means we're most certainly probably paying something for the unhappy citizens that we have. Okay, Orders from Heaven. Let's hope the religion was founded. I'm not sure. Orders has been founded in Dunwich. Okay. This is actually a good thing because this city is really close to this mana node. So hopefully the increased culture will mean I'll be able to get access to that 55 turns sooner or something. Yeah, so we're most certainly interested in Order. Ooh, Order really spread too. So that means we have orders in another 2 cities. Plus we should have an acolyte here. So we send this guy to our capital and spread culture, the religion there. And we most certainly are adopting it because +1 happiness in all cities with that religion. This unit is ready to go, this adept here is ready to go to level 4, which is what I need to create a mage, so that's really good news. You have another archer, let's send it over there to the new city as well. Lumber mill. And this, I don't know, I don't think I should use octopus overlords at all. I don't see any benefit to using it as a religion. I think I'm sending it down here and I'm going to use it for the culture. Just expend the unit to expand my borders of that city because that city's taking forever. How can it be? Like, a monument's been taking so long to build. We need one more scout before we can head out again. So I talked about a couple of things I was interested in. One was more buildings that provide happiness to my civilization. That could be drama, but I don't think so. Okay, sanitation's another good one for happiness because we can build the public baths, which gives us +3 happiness at the expense of 1 unhealthiness. And then the other research we're considering here is construction, which allows us to build workshops and forts, both of which I was interested in. But then we have bronze working as well, which we really need to build a research because it has the ability for us to build training yards, which if we actually want to produce any sort of melee units, we'll need. I'm not too sure about, let's do construction first. We just want to establish, like, once I have 2 archers in every city, then I'm ready to start producing offensive units again. But like, we have a fair number of people against us, and I'm at the very bottom of that stack, so I think we should be a little bit careful. Okay, another 2 turns to that monument. It still is so far away from completing. It's not even funny. What, an acolyte has joined my cause. Oh, wow. It's like I don't even have room for so much order at this point that I don't have room for them. Here we go. Spread order. And, of course, another acolyte joined my cause. Oh, my goodness. What am I supposed to do with all these acolytes? I guess I'm just going to fortify it there. And then the next time I build a city, I'm going to use that to spread order to it immediately. Apparently now we have... Yeah, so apparently this mod has the Vini Vini Emmanuel Latin song in it, which is interesting. We're going to skip that turn for that ship. I've never actually heard that song before that I recall, but that's probably because I usually don't found the order religion. It's probably specific to that, to civilizations that have that religion, which would explain a lot. So we can't build a fort until we complete construction here. I wanted to build the fort on this tile to hopefully gain access to these tiles in here so I could build a harbor. So we need another workboat. And until that time, I guess I'm going to build a road here. It's only going to be 4 turns until we have access to construction. Then we can actually do stuff like build workshops and build the fort. I've constructed a scout here. It's a good question. Maybe a lighthouse would be in order, or a courthouse. Ooh, we are losing a lot of money, a lot of gold, like I said before, and this one's pretty close and it's still losing 254 gold. The downside, of course, is that the courthouse for the Lawton only provides minus 40 maintenance because the harbor provides the other minus 10 maintenance. So it's a lot less efficient than most courthouses are. And I also might want to... let me think here. How much is this one up to? Ooh, yeah, we are losing actually quite a bit. I want to definitely do courthouse then. There. So... we have this mana tile there. Okay. What was the first thing I could actually... I think it's Fair Winds is the first thing, the first promotion I have access to with the air magic. Yeah, Fair Winds. This adds a Fair Winds promotion to all units in the caster stack, plus 1 movement range. It's only available to naval units, and I'm pretty sure this doesn't ever wear off. So this is actually a pretty cool promotion, I guess, spell. Oh no, 5% chance of wearing off each turn. That's why you don't see it wear off much. It also gives you 25% withdrawal chance. So, I mean, it's not bad, especially as we are the Lawton, a very seafaring type civilization. It's something that is mostly synergistic with our current abilities and our current situation. When is that? Okay, the Acolyte's going to be here next turn, and we'll have those borders expanded, and we can work with the workboat. No problem. Constructed another archer. Yeah, we're doing another archer here. Monument. Do workboat and 4, I suppose. And I think at this point we have 2 scouts here. Yeah, let's get those loaded up on this ship. And we set sail for adventure. Where is that adventure going to be? Is the bigger question. Let's see if there's anything along the coast here that I can raid. The sunken pirate ship there. Let's go down here. There's some sort of graveyard there. It'll be interesting to see if there are any skeletons guarding it. Only takes a couple of turns, so if there are, I would just send my units back and have them maybe bring along a more powerful unit to kill any of the skeletons and stuff defending it. 2 turns for construction to complete. In the meantime, let's just build more roads. Got another archer here. I'm going to fortify in that city. Like I said before, I want at least 2 archers defending all of my cities. And the Acolyte is here, so let's expand those borders. Lovely. Let's build a pirate cove here. Oh, I actually built 3 scouts. Oh well, I guess it gives me a head start. Another archer. We most certainly need to replace the warrior over there in Islesbury. I don't like that at all. So as order, we can build the Confessor if we have the right research. Once again, though, we don't. The research we need is called Priesthood. There are a lot of researches that we sort of need at this point. We're not doing a very good job at it. At acquiring them. Send that archer down there. And now that these borders are expanded, we have access to additional forest tiles to build lumber mills in. And lumber mills are ultimately better than workshops. Well, I shouldn't say better. And as the Lawton, there might come a time where we actually want to destroy the forest and build workshops there instead. But at least during the earlier parts of the game, lumber mills are generally more worthwhile because they don't remove any... Like if you count the total number of resources available on the tile, lumber mills produce more because they don't remove any food from the tile. And we still need more archers, so let's build another archer. Got 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. I actually need another one in my capital. And then another one over here. Okay, we got 2 there. Yeah, so I think just 1 more in my capital and I'll be pretty good. And then I'll have this Kingsport produce the archers for that city with the warrior in it, currently Islesbury. Your walls do not prevent you. Okay. Great. We can build forts, we can build workshops, just what I was looking for. Let's build a workshop. Let's build a fort up here. Yeah, time to explore. Great Commander has been born in something. Wait, Captain Danor is now evil? I forgot about that. Yeah, he was like one of my rivals in the Momus, wasn't he? If I'm not mistaken, all of a sudden he's part of the Shim civilization. So here we can go. Rob Graveyard. Requires a graveyard in your caster's tile. Who knows what you'll find? We're going to find out. Skeletons rise from the graveyard. That's the first time. Okay, that's the only time. Well, I mean, what are the odds we could win this? Probably not very good. Can I move my unit back? Oh, okay, I can. Nice. We can just bail out of this unpleasant situation altogether. Like the opportunistic cowards we are. Let's sail down here to the dungeon. Explore that. Wow, 3 of these. I don't know if I need 3, honestly. I'm paying maintenance costs to have that many around. I think I'm going to send it over here to the new city that I built and just have that one expand my borders a little bit. So now it comes down to, do we want the happiness first? That way we can, like, do you want to go sanitation? That way we can build the public bath for additional happiness. And it's a lot of additional happiness, by the way. This is not like a one-off additional happiness. We're going to get a total of +3 from it. Do we do bronze working so we can actually build a training yard? Not quite as hot about that, but we do just sort of need a unit that can defend against counterattacks, even if we are using magic, because our mages obviously don't do a very good job of that unless you have like the stone skin promotion for them, which gives them a fair amount of defense. So it's very interesting. Do we do priesthood, which will allow us to build a confessor? Confessor is pretty good, I think. I should look at this technology a little bit more. So we can build a confessor, right? Yeah, okay. So the confessor has +1 holy combat. It can give to new units, or it can give units. The question is, which units can actually receive holy combat? It doesn't allow me to really see here. I think any unit can receive it as a promotion. And that's what I'm wondering about. Like, can I use it on specters? Can I summon specters and then cast this, what is it called? I forget. Found Temple of the Order. It says use your confessors to spread healing, build a temple, or for their divine spells, cure disease and bless. Okay, it's called bless. Where is the promotion for that? I'm just wondering, like, what units are allowed to use bless? Because it is a little bit limited. I don't know. They don't want to give me easy access to, okay, I'm just gonna look at promotions just a second here. It should be under bless, right? And I don't see it there. Oh, it's under spells. Here we go. Here we go, bless. So it says, a caster must have the order religion, adds the blessed promotion to all units in the cast. All units. Oh, only affects living targets. Okay. Specters are not living. So that is mostly, that is a significant downside. So blessing would not be available to any summons, basically, because I'm pretty sure all summons are non-living. Like, that's the nature of a summon, right? It's not living. So there's not a whole lot of advantage going down this route, unfortunately. I mean, it was obviously the right religion for our civilization in this case, but the confessor is not very good. So we're not going to go priesthood, that's for sure. If we go sorcery, we can build the meta magic node and start upgrading to mages. Quite tempting. And otherwise we could go with sanitation. 16. I think we should go sanitation first because it takes only 7 turns instead of 16. So we'll see results sooner. We can actually start implementing that. And a lot of our cities are unhappy at this point. I mean, let's look at the like +3 unhappiness. That cannot be good. And there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Oh, can we build a fair now? We can build a carnival, which gives us +1 happiness. Yeah, there's just not... We need the happiness, basically. And like that one single public bath built in my capital would rid it of its happiness problems. Which is what I was looking for. Okay, we're going to build the fort here. So that way I can hopefully get a boat to come... Not a boat. Oh, a fishing boat. Okay, I guess it is a fishing boat. Yeah. Come through there. Okay, that's too close. We're going to have to build the pirate cove there instead. 1 tile away. Okay, and we have all the archers that we need. There's no more archers here. Do we want a courthouse? Do we? Yeah, right now would be a good time to be able to build. So we have 6 turns until we can actually build one of the public baths. And so what should we like build in the interim? We can work on something that's about 6. Oh wait, we should do carnival. 3 turns for that. That'll be 1 happiness. Especially since our capital is so productive. I don't see any reason not to invest in it like that. And I wanted to build another archer in this city. Both of those archers are going over to the city of Islesbury to defend it. We have a workboat here. What I need to do is allow this city to actually grow now. So probably a courthouse. Especially, what are we even paying? Are we paying 2 gold already and there are only 2 population in there? So let's try that first, see what happens. Another thing about this city, it's going to take 48 turns for the borders to expand. What about this city? 20 turns. So we're going to have the city of Islesbury capture this mana node here before any of the other, or before Dunwich does. So I guess having this religion founded in that city wasn't as useful after all. We also need more workboats around the coast here, so that way we can build additional pirate coves. So let's expand the borders like that. Yeah, we definitely need more workboats at this point. I think all of my actual resources have been improved. I'm looking here. Yeah, all the actual resources, save this one fisher, have been improved by workboats. We have a workboat here, so let's send it over there, build the fishing boats. Now we just need to place some additional pirate coves along this coast. And we have a nice, a very financially secure island set up here for us. Okay, time to delete this warrior. No sense in paying maintenance costs for that. It's a very worthless unit to have defending a city overall at this point. Time to explore a dungeon. I just realized we do not have any copper on this island, do we? No. It's possible we have iron. But then again, I'm not counting on it. But yeah, we don't have any copper there. I'm not sure if the resources are randomized each time you play it. For some scenarios, that's most certainly the case. Let's explore here. You find a prisoner trapped within the lair, a great bard who agrees to join you if you release him. Really, is that it? Yeah, okay. So that's pretty cool, right? We got a great person from this, a great bard. Can start a golden age, it can research the drama technology, or it can expand our borders. How good is drama? 6 turns, not very good overall. I'll probably start a golden age with him, honestly. You get +1 commerce and +1 productivity from every tile for about 8 turns. I think that's a pretty strong payoff. So the question here is, do we go all the way back to our city? Because we don't have enough cargo space. Yeah, how am I going to make this work? Because I don't want him to get captured. Obviously, he's pretty valuable. Okay, I guess we're going to have to sail back then. Which is a bit of a shame. It's going to take 6 turns to get there, plus another 6 turns to get back. Just a total of 12 turns round trip. Which, yeah, that's a bit lengthy, but okay. It's not absolutely essential to us anyway. If we build the Temple of the Order, plus 10 military unit production for it, additional happiness from incense, additional happiness with religion. That's another 4 turns. Sanitation in 2 turns. I should probably just build something like a caravel. So they said plus happiness with a religion. Is that a civic? I think it is. Let's see if we can find it here. Yeah, right here. It's one of the very low. So I don't get, like, why would you do this? +1 happiness in cities. I guess it gives me an additional +2 happiness instead of nationhood. But, like, we are fighting, so nationhood is actually useful for the military unit production and less war weariness, so I think we're just going to stick with that. Wait. What's this? How? He is Look. You spawn here, right? Which is the closer city to attack? This city or my city all the way over here? Come on. Attack that guy, right? You're a barbarian. He's not friendly towards barbarians. The Shim are not friendly towards barbarians. What is this thing doing over here? Doesn't even matter really at this point. It should not be that hard to defeat with a ship. The big concern, though, of course, is that it attacks my cities. So I'm going to try to get my galleys out here to preemptively intercept it. I'm going to see how that goes. How much movement does it have? Is it just 1? It's 2. Yeah, so it can move a bit. Let's get this other archer into my Islesbury city. And I guess this unit is just going to do a little bit of poking around to see what's up there in that area. Courthouse is next. Even though we do have sanitation in one, I could build a bath there instead. So that might be more tempting. What can we build in one turn? Research, I guess. There we go. See what this crown of nonsense does. Okay, there it is. Oh, here we go. Public baths and a world wonder. It would also increase the production of our farms, but once again, we don't use farms, so that's not an issue. 50-50 odds. Oh, I didn't realize it would do that. That actually really sucks. Well, they said we weren't supposed to be able to heal for this scenario, but so far we've been able to heal during the scenario. So I don't know what's up with that. Was not something I was planning for, right? I based my entire build here around the idea that I would not be able to heal my units. And unfortunately, it caused me collateral damage when I defeated that unit, so whatever. What should I research next? I think we're going to go meta magic. But at the same time, we only have one adept, if I'm not mistaken, that can actually be promoted to a mage. And because they just gain experience slightly over time. So another thing that we could do here is go bronze working, so we can build a training yard, which would actually help us, once again, in the happiness department, because +1 happiness with nationhood. I am running the nationhood civic. So there's some synergy there. If we go for sorcery, though, we can... it's 18 turns. That's quite a while. Whereas bronze working can be done here in 5 turns. And then I can start building... I think we should probably go bronze working. Just work on some of these easier to complete texts that I have been ignoring up until this point. Like, it doesn't take that long to complete it. Be interesting to see what happens with these ships. Do they heal? Because they shouldn't be healing. Yeah, they both heal. Like, is this scenario broken? It says I was not supposed to be able to heal... Oh, does it mean I can't heal units in their land? Maybe that's what it means. Because that changes the entire thing. If I can heal units in my land, like, hey, no big deal, right? Or maybe I just can't... Yeah, maybe I can only heal units in my land, period. But, like, I could still make use of heroes, right? The only reason I was building for the way I was building is I assumed I couldn't heal any unit at all. Therefore, there was no point in ever getting a hero, because once it took some damage, it was just as effective as another unit of that relative strength. But that might not be the case at all, then. At least this city is going to be fairly productive. With those, what are they called? Lumber mills. Okay, got a first caravel here. We can load up a scout onto it. How much space does it have? Only has 1 cargo space. But let's go ahead and sail down here with it. For what it's worth. Let's build the public baths now. And then we're going to probably work on a public... No, wait, Dunwich has not had that problem so far. We should probably build a lighthouse here. For the additional food. Islesbury with another 5 turns. Ooh. Building a fort in 2 turns. We should build another workboat. That's what I'm missing out on there. So, same thing here with Kingsport. It's working in research right now. Let's build a workboat, and then we'll build the public baths there. So, 2 galleys. Great Sage has been born in a faraway land. We're just going to put these galleys back in my capital. Wait, is this ship healing again? Okay, 4.1 at the moment. We'll come back to that later. If it's more than 4.1, then I'll know. Turnover. Yep, it most certainly is healing. 5.0. So, either through a bug or I misunderstood what the scenario conditions were, but apparently at this point, we can heal our units when they're at least in our borders, which changes a lot. Nope, apparently forts don't work like that in this game. They used to work like that in Beyond the Sword, right? You could build a fort, and if it was only on 1 tile, you could sail into it like this. If it was only like a 1 tile, it connected like a canal, but yeah, you can't do that, so too bad. That was a nice idea, but apparently we can't quite do that. We have another workboat here. Oh, we can actually build a pirate cove here, I think? No, that's Oh. We should destroy this pirate cove. If we destroy this one, we can like rebuild it here and then have a pirate cove down here. Okay then. To do that, I'm going to need to get another ship over here. Yeah, we should be able to build a pirate cove here. Because if you take a look, it's 2 tiles between those. Pretty sure, right, we only need 2 tiles, right? Yeah. So 2 tiles between those 2, and then we got like 2 tiles between these 2. We'll be able to build another pirate cove down here. But this one here is the problem. It's too close to my existing city. It was good for a while it lasted, obviously. But we need to go and pillage it now. Okay. Deliver the great... Oh, I just realized how I made a mistake. I could start a great age at any time. I did not need to return him to my bar. Like, what was I thinking with that? That's so weird. How did I make that mistake? Well, at least it gave me an excuse here to explore some of that area. So, we're going to need another workboat here to build both of those. And I said I was going to build the public baths in this city next, if we can. Like, where are they? What? Here they are. Okay. Let's rebuild the mine on that tile since that idea failed. Okay, we can't build our pirate cove here, but we can build one there. Oh, there's some magic right there. See, the only other thing we could do with this great specialist is to join the city, plus 12 culture, plus 3 gold. In the grand scheme of things, that's not that useful because we really are not going for any sort of cultural victory. So there's not a whole lot of point to it. Oh, I actually need to get a ship over there. I just realized I need something that can pillage this tile, because you can pillage your own improvements for some strange reason. I mean, it's for the best as it turns out, but it just seems very strange that you're allowed to do that to begin with, in my opinion. Okay, we've got a public baths here constructed in my capital, which of course means it's going to grow like crazy now because once again it's happy. How much? Yeah, we're making a good amount of stuff, and there isn't much maintenance. There's no point in building that. What? We can build catapults for that. Maybe rangers? I think I'm going to build another adept to try to get them some additional experience. Workboat completed here. How close are we to being unhappy? We are at our limit. So if we build a lighthouse, we'll grow. Oh, I just realized why that's not okay, we're going to cancel that then. The problem is we can't work these tiles. So there's no point in having a pirate cove over there. Okay, fair enough then. It's a bit unfortunate, but I understand. Work on the lighthouse instead. So both of these fishing boats should go over here, I suppose, and see what we can build. And yeah, I think we pretty much have as many pirate coves as we can possibly support at the moment. Here we go, bronze working. We can build swordsmen and stuff. What about this city now? Yeah, so we got the workshops going there. And what technology did I have to research to increase productivity of workshops? So research construction. Oh, smelting will give us +1 production from all workshops. So that's another tech to consider, perhaps after sorcery. But we're most certainly going to sorcery next so we can build meta magic nodes and upgrade our adepts to mages. So let's see here. Meta magic. That would be in promotions. Yeah, here you go. Meta magic 3. What was it that I liked about meta magic? I'm trying to remember. Okay, we can summon floating eyeball. That's not any better than a hawk. Dispel magic. Removes beneficial spell effects from enemy units. And negative ones from allied units. That could be useful. Or I can also reset my mana nodes to raw mana nodes in case I want to change them. That gives me flexibility there. And meta magic 3 allows me to summon the Djinn. This, of course, requires an archmage. And the Djinn has affinity for just about every mana in the book. So the more mana nodes we acquire, the better. At the moment, we have 3 by default, 4, 5, 6. So it'd be, the Djinn would be 6 strength, but like we could get more if we were willing to found some additional cities around magic nodes, like right down here. Maybe one there. It's a bit close to the borders, but I guess that's to be expected at this point. Okay, And I continue on building a workshop there. And let's get this other workboat over to this area. So we did a bit of exploring there. There is something that we do want to check out. I think it's a borrow. So I'll plan on checking that out. And we have one tile here left to improve. Probably going to build a workshop there. And we completed the courthouse here in Islesbury. Let's work on the public baths next. For the happiness, because that city is pretty unhappy. So here we go. Another adept completed. Build a road there. There's a goblin fort up here that we might want to take a look at. Constructed an adept. Let's build another adept. I guess you could say this is my adaptation to this scenario. There's a bad pun for you. There are rumors of an illegal slave ring in the Shiam city of Vanguard. Is that Vanguard? Vangita? I don't know. The text is so small and pixelated. It doesn't, and it never gets better, and that's a problem. Okay, we completed the mine there. This city is... Ooh, we should actually allow this city to work this tile over here, shouldn't we? Yeah, I think so. They'll make it a lot more productive. And then this city here, we're just going to build more workshops around it to make it more productive. So we aren't going to be building a city up here then, I don't think. I think we should try to capture, like if we build more cities, we should definitely try to capture more mana. And there is some good mana. Look, we can build a city here and a city down here. And like you get pirate coves around them. In addition to capturing the mana, that would be a lot more powerful for us, I think. Yeah, I'm not even sure I'm going to go meta magic. The Djinn is interesting, but like once again, it's not a living unit. So we just might go for likes or something through death mana. Yeah. I guess we're going to try that instead. Wait, I can't build a pirate cove? No, I can't. Ooh. We might be at our limit then. I don't think we can build any more pirate coves at all. Yeah. That's it. So if we deleted this one somehow, I don't think we can build any ships in the city though. Oh, we can. Yeah. So if we deleted this one inside here, I'm pretty sure we could build one here. Nah, okay, it's not worth it. I guess we just save these workboats then for another settler that we send down below to capture more mana nodes. So there's a goblin fort. Yeah, for some reason barbarians are not spawning on this map like they usually do, which is a bit weird. And apparently I can't transfer units between these two ships here either. Okay, whatever. Let's just head on to the next big thing then. I think we're actually going to do a little bit of exploration here after all. So I like the way that turned out. We also have a borrow right there, so we're going to have all the scouts converge on that point, I think. Astrologers report that the burnt wings have moved into prominence. This constellation is sacred to Baal, and your prophets predict it signals the coming of a long dry summer. Oh, it's that event again. Wait, what did they poison of my land this time? Usually it turns stuff to deserts. It turned this tile to a desert, but like my city's on it, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I don't see any other tiles that have deserts on them. Oh well. I guess that's their loss. They tried to do me a disservice, but they failed. Get the workboats all the way down here again. And we got that workshop completed, so now we should definitely work on workshops around that city. Wait, I can't raise it? What? Oh, maybe I have to explore it to get rid of it. We're going to try another add up there. Okay, excellent. Public baths here. Courthouse next. Projected a monument in this city. Or, yeah, a monument. Okay, we're going to do courthouse next. Oh, nice. Look, we're making quite a bit of gold. Let's turn up our research then. Because, I would like a little bit more gold. Let's keep it at 60%. That way we have a little bit more leeway when we start to lose an extraordinary amount as well. Oh yeah, I can explore it, okay. I'm not interested in exploring it quite yet, though. I'd like to have at least one other tile, unit on that tile, I should say. So... yeah, this looks like just a whole bunch of uninhabited territory here. I think I'm going to have these ships wait until the units get back. Just fortifying that tile. And just gonna sleep the galley there. Turns out there was no pillaging to be done after all. How are we looking here in terms of workshops? One more to build on this tile. I'm pretty sure that's the land that I cannot enter. So maybe we want to look at a settler next. But I should probably build an extra archer first. Ooh, that city's unhappy once again. Because of its ridiculously high population. Oh, and we have 2 dungeons here. Wow. We're probably going to need more scouts than what I have at the moment. So yeah, that's the Shiam land that we can't enter until we defeat the other civilizations. His generals, as they put it. So settler in 2 turns. Here we go. We need something that can carry the settler over here to this area, though. So that might be a problem with the workboats as well. I don't think I can sail. Yeah, I can't sail the workboats down there. I might as well delete these then. Because I'll have to build the workboats in place, and there's no point in paying maintenance cost on those workboats if I can't use them. Okay, we got killed by something. Your skull was destroyed by a Shiam Spectre. Okay. Apparently we strayed a little bit too close there. I had no idea he had the range that he had. So at this point, I guess it's looking like what I should do is go back with my ships and get more scouts and bring the settler over. I have 2 ships here. Send them back. And you're looking like we're just about done at this point. At least for this episode. I know we didn't see any combat, but it's part of the empire building process, right? Got the lighthouse built, so this city should have a bit more growth. What do we want to build in it? We don't have a happiness problem there. The granary is one of the good buildings, but it's not as good in this scenario as it is in standard single player. I suppose we need another archer. And that is turn 187. Should we try to go to turn 190? That would be 40 turns in this episode. We'll see if we can do it. For the moment, the settler sleeps. Build that workshop. Keep exploring here. Another archer. Descend over there. I should also build my hero since I can heal now. There's no point in not building my hero. Got a courthouse constructed. Oh. What should I build here? Sea Haven. It's a unique building for London. We should definitely build it. It's pretty good too. It also reduces maintenance. So that's what I'm building in all these cities now. I should also build a library in that one. And my golden age has ended. But we're still very much in the black in terms of our gold production per turn. Very nice. We got another archer here for our new settler. And I think that's actually where we're going to leave it. I like that we're in the black though. Still at 60% research. We'll see what happens when we found a new city. But it's looking good so far. So that does it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching as always. And I hope to see you next time.